Hi, this is Danish and today we are going to go from this to this. Now that might be a bit misleading, but let me just tell you what I mean by going from stock speeds RAM from just a regular green PCB stick to overclocking it. So today I'm going to overclock this G-Skill Trident Z RGB kit which I have in my system right here. If you haven't watched that, watch the ultimate setup upgrade playlist that I have up here. Let's just get into it. By default, DDR4 starts at 2133 and it runs at 2133 when you don't have any XMP or DOCP enabled. Now, what is XMP or DOCP? XMP is Extreme Memory Profile supported by Intel, and DOCP is Direct Overclock Profile supported by AMD. Now, why is this important and why are higher clocks more sought out for is they have a tangible performance upgrade. So if you want to know more about why the RAM speed is specifically better at higher speeds, you can check this video out right here from Linus, who has explained this pretty nicely and pretty completely, so that will help you understand more about why RAM speed is more important and why RAM timings are important, why the C clock and all of that is really important. So I'll not get too into that, and I'll just start off by saying I bought these kits which are rated for 3600 C16, which is the cache latency at 3600 megahertz. So this is the double data rate, and there are two important things right here to talk about this. That is, 3600 is the most sought after frequency for stock Ryzen because the Infinity Fabric clock is at 1900 by default. So double data rate means 1900 into 2 is 3600. So it will gel well with the stock memory frequency and also reduce the latency between the CPU and the RAM, which also improves performance in the long run and snappiness of the system and all of that part. So let me just pull up the performance measures that I have done before and after enabling DOCP, and it was a pretty simple process for me. I just went into the BIOS, flip up DOCP profile 1 and F10 save and exit and check in Windows. It is running at 3600 megahertz. Done. Step 1 overclocking achieved. Also disclaimer that enabling XMP and DOCP profile on your CPU will void the warranty of your processor. So before you go and try any of this, be warned. I am doing all of these just to show you what amount of performance you can get from overclocking your components, and in the end you'll understand if this is a tangible enough upgrade performance that you can void your warranty in doing so. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos of the GPU overclock and the CPU overclock and the undervolting and all of that stuff, which will come later on as I learn and do on my own. So that's why the GPU is out here, because it is also gonna get a hefty overclock done to it too. I have used 3 metrics to test stability and performance uplift. So all 3 are synthetic benches because in gaming performance gaining 1% or 2% is not really that noticeable to us. So you have to rely on hard numbers provided by synthetic benches to give us a proper idea of what's going on. So I used Unigine Heaven, 3D Mark TimeSpy and 3D Mark Firestrike. Heaven scores were 7295 before XMP, 7407 after XMP, and I have the minimums and maximums and the FPS count also displayed on here, and there is a 1.5% increase. It's not big, but it is something that you can measure. Similar case with 3D Mark TimeSpy. Overall it was 10749 and after XMP it was 10932, so a 1.7% increase with the CPU and GPU scores here, which will vary because timings and all of that changes. Firestrike overall it was 24774 and after enabling it was 25024, so it is a 1.1% increase with no increase in the graphics performance. It was a minute drop in the physics test, but in combined it was a big improvement of 5%. So you can just see that even a small 1% improvement can be made by just flipping one switch. You don't have to go and do any manual overclocking of your RAM by putting in manual timings and all of that. If your RAM sticks are not in the QVL list of either the processor or the motherboard. That is a different scenario, but I had that same issue, or I was at least hoping to have to do manual overclocking because the Ripjaws 5 RAM that I put in my brother's system were not technically on the QVL list of Ryzen, but I know from threads and forums that they do work, and they did work out of the box. So 2 sticks of 8 gigs 3600 MHz Ripjaws 5 RAM sticks enabled DOCP. It worked. So it was a simple flip of the switch for him as well as for me as well, and this is just one of the small portions of the upgrade that I want to do. Like, I want to push the system to give me 10% more performance after all of these overclockings, that is within the limit and for daily use case, not extreme overclocking like Jay and Der Bauer do and all of that. But yeah, overall it was just a simple exercise in seeing what I can pull out of this RAM performance, and I didn't get to check out or test the latency, which I will do in future tests because I'm still figuring out what tests actually can give me proper latency results. If you know what they are, type them down in the comments and I'll see what I can do with those. And yeah, I think that's the end of this video. So this was step 1 of RAM overclocking, and I didn't teach a lot to you guys. I just taught you to flip a switch and check the QVL list. More about the QVL list in a future video where I teach you how to buy RAM for your system, which will be a complete build guide for buying all your processors to power supply, which will come up in the future few months after the market stabilizes, because there is an extreme shortage of parts right now. So even if you wanted to build something, you will be strapped for not having the whole range to choose from. So if you want to see that content, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon right here. Give this video a like if you like this video. Comment down below anything I missed in this video or more you want to know about XMP or DOCP. Follow me on my social media channels because I share a lot of stuff over there as well. And stay home, stay safe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.